Pledge allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
For any correspondence?
Yes, we have a letter from Cam Damaris regarding the public notification of Liberty Lawn Care and One Pandion. A letter from Costello requesting adjournment for the Todd Prager and Amanda Elliott dock application, and multiple letters regarding the 78 Peconic Avenue dock.
Thank you. Okay, we have a number of resolutions to read. Meg, you want to start us off?
Wait, does the public have any comment
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, are we doing any? Do we have any?
on any of the resolutions?
Oh, okay. Does the public have any comments on any of the resolutions that we're gonna read now before the public hearings? If you do, now is the time to speak about them. Anybody in the audience? Anybody in the Zoom audience? Okay, if not, we will get started. Okay.
Whereas the town of Shelter Island intends to submit an application to the Environmental Facilities Corporation applying for a water infrastructure improvement grant to offset the cost of the town of Shelter Island West Neck Water Municipal Extension Project. And whereas the town of Shelter Island has reviewed the project under the New York State Environmental Quality Review Act and its implementing regulations and determines that the project is a type 2 action. And whereas the town of the Shelter Island is committed to funding the construction of the project using existing funds or bond funds as deemed most fiscally appropriate by the town of Shelter Island. And whereas the town of Shelter Island wishes to delegate to the town supervisor or his designee to sign and execute any document or instrument required by the EFC to apply for or affect the grant. Now therefore, be it resolved that the town board of the town of Shelter Island pursuant to 6 NYC-RR 617.5 C13 hereby determines that the town of Shelter Island West Neck Water Municipal Extension Project is a type 2 action, and be it further resolved, the town of Shelter Island declares that existing funds or bond proceeds will be used to pay for the project, and be it further resolved, the town of Shelter Island will request 60% of net eligible project costs from the Water Infrastructure Improvement Grant, and be it further resolved that the supervisor of the town of Shelter Island or his designee is authorized to execute EFC grant agreements associated with the town of Shelter Island EFC grant application for the town of Shelter Island West Neck Water Municipal Extension and all other contracts, documents, or instruments necessary to effect the project and to fulfill the town of Shelter Island's obligations under the grant agreements associated with the town of Shelter Island West Neck Water Municipal Extension Grant Project. So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
So Jim, before you start, I'm
Yes, ma'am.
recusing myself from this one. It's Deering Creek Corporation, and I've done some work for them, so I need to leave the room. I'll be back when you're done with this one.
All right. I will pause and just wait.
Yeah.
Go for it.
All right. Whereas certain hazardous conditions exist at 185 North Ferry Road, Shelter Island, SCTM, Suffolk County Tax Map, I guess that is, number 700-7-3-26.3. And whereas voluntary compliance has not been achieved and said conditions continue to exist, now therefore be it resolved that pursuant to New York State Town Law Section 268, the town board authorizes a Supreme Court enforcement action to be commenced against Deering Creek Corporation. So moved.
Second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Now you want to get Amber back?
Yeah, she's gonna,
Okay.
I think she was just gonna make a quick
We're
walk.
good.
Heard your voice, but I didn't know what you said.
Whereas Big Ram LLC, care of RHI Operations LLC, 2 South Ram Island Drive, has petitioned the town of Shelter Island for permission to construct a new 4-foot by 26-foot angled walkway leading to a 4-foot by 65-foot catwalk, construct 3-foot wide pedestrian stairs, landward end of catwalk, install a new 3-foot by 14-foot aluminum ramp leading to a 6-foot by 25-foot float, supply and install 2 10-inch tie-off piling and 3 10-inch piling to secure float into place, remove debris located around the existing staircase, and plant native vegetation in any bare areas around the existing staircase. Now therefore be it resolved that pursuant to section 53-9 of the Code of the Town of Shelter Island, a public hearing will be held at 6:10 PM prevailing time on the 8th day of August 2023 in the Shelter Island Town Hall for all interested persons to be heard in favor of or opposition to the proposed construction. So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Whereas American Direct, care of Richard Hogan, 2 Shorewood Court, has petitioned the town of Shelter Island for permission to remove 2 existing mooring dolphins on west side of existing dock, remove existing 8,000-pound cradle boat lift, install 2 12-foot piling for new 4-point boat lift, construct and install a new 6-foot by 24-foot float, install 95 feet plus or minus of splashboard system offshore end of existing main dock and L. Now therefore be it resolved that pursuant to section 53-9 of the Code of the Town of Shelter Island, a public hearing will be held at 6:12 PM prevailing time on the 8th day of August 2023 in the Shelter Island Town Hall for all interested persons to be heard in favor of or in opposition to the proposed construction. So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Whereas Douglas Branson and Elizabeth Hurt, 29 East Brander Parkway, have petitioned the town of Shelter Island for permission to construct a new 150-foot dock, install 2 tile pilings, 2 ladders, and access stairs on the inshore end. Now therefore be it resolved that pursuant to section 53-9 of the Code of the Town of Shelter Island, a public hearing will be held at 6:14 PM prevailing time on the 8th day of August 2023 in the Shelter Island Town Hall for all interested persons to be heard in favor of or in opposition to the proposed construction. So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye. Whereas Bradley and Margaret Tolkien of 6 Charlie's Lane petitioned the town of Shelter Island for permission to perform a 10-year maintenance dredge of a 1,324 square foot area to 4 feet, 4 inches, I
No,
guess.
4 feet.
No, it says
4 feet
inches.
0 inches.
Okay, you're right. Correct. Stand corrected. 4 feet 0 inches below low water, removing approximately 120 cubic yards of material. All dredge spoils to be removed off-site to an appropriate location. Now therefore be it resolved that a public hearing will be held at 6:16 PM prevailing time on the 8th day of August 2023 in Shelter Island Town Hall for all interested persons to be heard in favor of or in opposition to the proposed construction. So moved.
Second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Whereas Jill Brienza and Nicholas Daraviras, 3 Oak Tree Lane, have petitioned the town of Shelter Island for permission to remove and dispose of 164-foot section and a 72-foot section of existing bulkhead, construct a 164 section and 72-foot section of bulkhead in place in kind. Now therefore be it resolved that pursuant to section 53-9 of the Code of the Town of Shelter Island, a public hearing will be held at 6:18 PM prevailing time on the 8th day of August 2023, Shelter Island Town Hall for all interested persons to be heard in favor of or opposition to the proposed construction. So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Whereas Sanford Rosen, 32 Hyler Drive, has petitioned the town of Shelter Island for permission to install a mooring in West Neck Bay at a location designated as latitude 41.06481 degrees north and longitude 72.35905 degrees west. Now therefore be it resolved that pursuant to section 90-5 of the Code of the Town of Shelter Island, a public hearing will be held at 6:20 PM prevailing time on the 8th day of August 2023 in the Shelter Island Town Hall, Shelter Island, New York, for all interested persons to be heard in favor of or in opposition to the proposed installation. So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Whereas David Cohen, 62 Westmoreland Drive, has petitioned the town of Shelter Island for permission to install a mooring in the West Neck Bay at a location designated as latitude 41.061805 north and longitude 72.364073 west. Now therefore be it resolved that pursuant to section 90-5 of the Code of the Town of Shelter Island, a public hearing will be held at 6:22 PM prevailing time on the 8th day of August 2023 in the Shelter Island Town Hall, Shelter Island, New York, for all interested persons to be heard in favor of or in opposition to the proposed installation. So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye. Whereas James Royer of 36 Peconic Avenue has requested permission to perform a maintenance dredge as per DEC permit number 1-4732 00187/00024 to dredge entrance to existing boat basin to a depth of -4 feet mean low water, and place approximately 150 cubic yards of dredged spoil at the bulkhead landward of apparent high tide, and approximately 260 cubic yards of dredged material upland. And whereas a public hearing was duly held on the 6th day of June 2023, for all persons to be heard in favor of or in opposition, now therefore be it resolved, the town clerk is hereby authorized to issue a permit for the aforementioned maintenance dredging. So moved.
Discussion?
Yeah, discussion. We postponed, or we adjourned it on the 6th of June and then picked it back up on the 27th.
27th.
So do we need to incorporate that into the resolution?
I guess, yeah, it would be good practice.
So we'll amend it to say a public hearing was held on the 6th day of June 2023 and continued on June 27th.
27?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll second that as amended. All those in favor?
Aye.
So moved. Whereas the terms of Scott Campbell and Julia Weisenberg as members of the Deer and Tick Committee expired on June 24th, 2023. Now therefore be it resolved that Scott Campbell and Julia Weisenberg are hereby reappointed to serve as members of the Deer and Tick Committee for a term to expire on June 24th, 2026. So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Whereas the term of Lisa Kreckler as a member of the Zoning Board of Appeals expired on July 8th, 2023, now therefore be it resolved that Lisa Kreckler is hereby reappointed to serve as a member of the Zoning Board of Appeals for a term to expire on July 8th, 2028. So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Be resolved that Karen Bennett is hereby appointed to serve as AAA driver for the Senior Center for the year of 2023, retroactive to July 14th, 2023. So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye. Be it resolved that Patricia Castoli is hereby appointed to serve as part-time deputy town assessor for 20 hours per week effective July 11th, 2023. So moved.
Second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Be it resolved that Jalil Carter and John Gilligan are hereby appointed to serve as detention attendants for the year 2023 at a rate of $50 per hour for the first 2 hours, and $20 per additional hours. So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Be it resolved that the supervisor or his designee is hereby authorized to sign an agreement between the town of Shelter Island and the Suffolk County Office of Aging for the Shopping Assistance Program. So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Be it resolved that the supervisor is hereby authorized to credit the sum of $1,050 from the Shelter Island Ambulance Foundation to the A4540.478 account for the reimbursement of EpiPens. So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye. Be it resolved that the resolution number 153-2023 is hereby amended to read as follows. $50,000 from the A9950.0 for the police department ADA project, $68,000 from the A9950.0 account for the Condon Creek bulkhead. So moved.
Second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Resolved that the following 2023 budget modification is hereby approved. $47,312 from the Highway Capital Reserve Fund, the DA 9950.0 Highway Capital Projects account for the second payment of the 2022 Hyundai wheel loader. So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Resolved that the following 2023 budget modifications, the following budget modification, singular, is hereby approved. $39,638.35 from the Highway Capital Reserve Fund to the DB 5110.445 Highway Repair and Improvements account for the payment on the 2021 Mack tractor trailers. So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Be it resolved that the following 2023 budget revisions are hereby approved. A $4,077.86 increase to the 2023 A2680 Insurance Recovery Revenue Account to be funded by the reimbursement check from the NYMER for claim number TSHI 2023-003-001, and $4,077.86 increase to the 2023 3120.400 police maintenance expense account. So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye. Be it resolved that the following 2023 budget revisions are hereby approved. $20,000 increase to the 2023 DB 4910 revenue account to be funded by the check received from the Suffolk County for the Community Development Block Grant for paving at the community center, and $20,000 increase to the 2023 DB 5110.445 paving expense account. So,
Second, all those in favor?
aye.
Okay, the next one is, it's a page of transfers. I'm just going to read it. Be it resolved that the following 2022 budget transfers provided and recommended by Cullen and Danowski after the year-end review are hereby approved for the general fund. And those are available in the town clerk's office. So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Be it resolved that the following 2022 budget transfers provided and recommended by Colin and Danowski after the year-end review are hereby approved for the highway fund. And that list is also available at the town clerk's office. So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Be it resolved that the following 2023 budget transfers are hereby approved. That's another list that's available at the town clerk's office. So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye. Be it resolved that the 2023 general claims number 1125 through 1280 in the amount of $199,717.91, and the 2023 highway claims number 116 through 127 in the amount of $6,694.93, and the Community Preservation Fund claim number 8 in the amount of $150 are hereby approved for payment as audited, and the supervisor and/or any town board member is hereby authorized and directed to sign the approval for payment of same. So moved.
Second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, normally at this time, we adjourn the public meeting for public hearings, but the first hearing scheduled, the Joshua Greenwald exemption request is asked to be rescheduled to August 8th. The second hearing, the Elioff 12 Cove Way dock application has asked to be adjourned by the applicants. The 78 Peconic dock application has asked to be adjourned by the applicants. And the Liberty Lawn and Landscape has been rescheduled to August 8th. So there will be no no public hearings. So we'll open it up to the public. Does anybody have any questions or comments from the public?
I might not be here for the,
Come up
Come to the podium, and you have to state your
I
name.
might not be here for the,
State your name for the Zoom audience.
Dan Calabro. I might not be here for the, August hearing, for the Liberty Landscaping.
Yes.
Totally in favor of whatever he does. I would like to have the curb cuts installed on 17 Ferry and 19 Ferry, like I was told to do by the town, which we did on 13 Ferry. I think that's just all fair and needs to be done with heavy traffic and trucks.
Curb cuts.
That's really my only issue. Other than that, I think they do great jobs and have at it. No complaints at all.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Dan.
Take care.
Anybody else in the audience? Anybody in the Zoom audience?
I had a question.
Yes, ma'am. Come to the podium.
I have a question. Julia Brennan from the Shelter Island Gazette. In the public hearing for Big Ram LLC, that's just for a dock application.
Yes.
There was a question raised at the WNIC meeting about whether or not the resuming of wetlands approvals needed there.
It'll come up at the
No,
hearings.
not at that time, okay.
Yeah.
And then,
Also, I think there was a question of the positioning of the dock. but-
It's
been
been
staked.
staked.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it has been staked, just.
And then,
There's more than a dock, though. It's walkways,
is
catwalks.
this a typical result of these year-end reviews to have so many budget transfers, or is this something that was exceptional?
It's, yeah, and then
Can you just explain what the purpose of the transfers are?
Because we have to, we can't overspend in categories, so they're just cleaning up year end to, like, everything gets posted at the end of the year, and then there might be like, oh, we're over, a little bit this much, so we'll take that money and transfer it to a category that was under budget. So it's just cleanup for legal purposes.
Thank you. And then the last one, I think maybe there was an update of the agenda because the resolution for the water infrastructure grant, I think it said it's 25% of eligible costs and then.
Yeah, it was 60%.
The 60 is correct?
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay, any other questions in the Zoom audience? Okay, if there's nobody else, I'm gonna make a motion that we adjourn.
So moved.
Second. Oh, yeah, all those in favor?
Aye.
All right, thanks, everybody.